Whether it be for school, work, or a special event, Canva is an extremely versatile tool that allows you to level up your graphic design. Today I'm going to show you the 7 best ways Canva can be used to impress your friends, family, and peers. For those of you that are new here, my name is Alex. I'm a teacher by trade, and so I use Canva frequently with my students to make their cover photos for their writing pieces, as well as unique creative collages for Google Slide presentations. I'm also going to show you how to use Canva in order to make your business cards, as well as infographics that can completely change the way you present information and make it much easier on the eye. Now let's jump right into it. The beauty of Canva is that you don't have to start from scratch in order to create your perfect design. Canva has already pre-made templates that you can use for Facebook, for YouTube, for Instagram, and for many other things, including lesson plans and resume work, where you can start from a pre-designed template instead of starting from scratch. So for example, I'm just going to go into an Instagram post. Let's say I wanted to create a sample party. Let's say that I wanted to throw a winter party. I can come in here and click on winter party and pre-design a template that's already made. I can come in here instead of the 25th, maybe I want it to be the 23rd, which is a Saturday. Maybe instead of a winter party, that is a title, but it could be better. Maybe I can make it Lagana's Snowball Extravaganza. And I can come up here and I can edit it so that everything fits. I can make it smaller. I can change the font. I love this penguin, but maybe I want to flip it. So now it's over here. So now I have more room to go over here. I can add in some other design. So maybe I want to come up to elements. Maybe instead of just having a penguin, I can add some snow globes to this. I'm going to come up here and add snow globe. Thank God for spell check. Come up here and add a snow globe. And maybe I'm going to have the penguin be inside the snow globe. Right? And I can make this my own, make it my own design instead of starting from scratch where I would have no idea where to even start. The next way that I like to use Canva is for presentations. So since I am a teacher, I use presentations all the time with my students. So for example, if I were to do that, I would come down here and I would type in education presentation. I could also do a poster. What happens is I, again, can start from scratch, or I can use one of their templates. So in my classroom, we were using Canva in order to design a cover for our upcoming writing piece about Thanksgiving. So what I had the students do is I had them come in here, pick a template, and create their own movie poster like they were creating a Thanksgiving movie. So I came in here and I can type in Thanksgiving and use one of these pre-made templates in order to create my own movie poster. So what I can do is I can come over here and click on one of these, have it insert into my presentation, and then I can edit it from here. So I can edit this to say the best Thanksgiving ever. I can make it smaller so that it actually fits. I can move it around. I can edit this to say Mr. Lagana's edition. And the beauty about templates is I can delete anything that I don't want. Kids movie poster, so we're gonna get rid of the wine. Maybe we can add some pilgrims to add here. So I can go to elements and I can type in pilgrims, and I can come over here and maybe I just want the hat. Maybe I can have the hat directly on the turkey because I can do whatever I want to in this movie poster of mine. But now I can't see this, so maybe I want to go over here and add a background. So now no matter where it is, it's visible. Right? Maybe instead of this being white, maybe I make it darker. Maybe I just completely get rid of it and just keep it orange. The beauty of Canva and their templates is that you can change everything and every single element that they have. If I'm creating a Kahoot, I could come over here. This does say Halloween quiz, but maybe I want to make it a Thanksgiving quiz. Maybe I want to make my own Kahoot type quiz. And instead of the ghosties, I can come over here and I can add a turkey coming out of a pumpkin. It's so cute. Maybe instead of the bats are super scary. So maybe I want to come up here and add some snow instead. Right? Ooh. Or I can come over here and just add this whole thing. Right? Make it a Thanksgiving winter combination quiz. And I can move this on top of here. So now it looks like the turkey is freezing. Get rid of the spooters and their spooter webs. And maybe I can change the background. So instead of it being black, I make it more Thanksgiving-esque. Make it like that. Or more yellow. Or I come down here and I can even create a gradient.
Round 3.
The third way that I use Canva is by making YouTube thumbnails. So this is the most common way that I use Canva nowadays. This is the most common way I use it for personal use. This is the most common way I use it for personal use. I created this from Canva using a template that I saw that I kind of copied over and made it my own. Right? I took an element that I had already used and used this template. All right, I edited it so that I can get rid of the computer, and then I inserted my own templates and made it my own. Made my own cover completely from scratch. These are the things that I used, and I just popped them in, resized them, and since it knows it's a YouTube thumbnail, it'll give me all of these ideas that I can then place in. Whoa, that's not me. Now I can upload a picture of myself and put it in there.
4.
The fourth way that you can use Canva is to create your own infographics. Now you could do this for work if you work in business and you need to show results from a study. But I use it for my classroom. And I have modified some of these in the past. But let's just say I want to create my own classroom rules. What I can do is I can load up one of these templates. I can pick this one and then replace it. Right, I can choose from any of these templates and then make it my own. Right? Classroom rules, be yourself, do your best. Right? In my classroom, I teach special ed, and a lot of the times it's just having the students do their best and not worry about the students around them. So my biggest thing is respect, having respect for your peers. So what I would do is I would make this the biggest reason. I'd move this down here and I would make respect the number one rule. Respect is definitely the number one rule. So I would definitely be moving this up here. So I can move the be and do your best, and I would change it with respect. And I would make this 100% my number one classroom rule. I do like that the students raise their hand. So maybe, yes, they do need confidence. So maybe I want to cut it and put it up here. I want them to be the best version of themselves. I want them to be confident, right? I want them to do their best. So maybe I'll come down here, instead of do listen to your teacher, I'm going to edit this and I'm going to write do your best and do your own thing. I want them to know that they are their own person and to be leaders and not followers. So I can change my classroom rules to suit myself, but there's no way that I could create books like this, right? And I can individually put in all these templates, or all these icons rather, but having a pre-made template made for me, made for teachers, is why I use Canva in the first place. Canva has all these tools that I don't have to sit hours on end. And for your own work, you can use infographics as well to show data. So the best way that you can show data, you can come up here and you can type in data of all sorts. And you can come in here and you can change it to fit you. And you can come up here, you can add your own graph over here. You can add your own data. You can add your own titles. You can add your own images or icons. You can add anything and change it to the way that you want. And the beauty of Canva is that this is all here for you. There's some of this is just EDU, some of this is only Pro, but there's an unlimited amount of templates that you can use. Canva has such an inventory of pre-made designs that you could choose from. Change it, change it, change it, change it, and keep going over and over and over again, depending on the presentation that I'm trying to create. Let me know down below what your favorite part of Canva has been so far, now that we're about halfway. And let me know what you can use Canva next and something that you learned that you might not have learned otherwise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The fifth reason that I like to use Canva is something that I'm going to be using more of, and that is to create my own business card. So now that what I can do is I can type in business up here, and they have all these. They have landscape, portrait, rounded corner, square, right? You can come up here and change it to any of this. You can have a vertical card if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on landscape, and I'm going to create my own business card. So what I like is I like that A. Let's just call it my own name for now, right? I can add the A and I can type in my name, and I can type in, I'm just going to type in my class's motto, which is Legendary Superstars, right? Maybe I wanted to create my own title, right? And I can add some more text boxes so that I have my address and my phone number and my mailing address and all this other stuff. Maybe instead of just the A, I wanted to also add my last name. So I can come over here and add an L to it as well. Make sure that it's lined up, right? Make sure it's the same size. And there you go. Right? I can also come in here and add some more things that are about me. So if I am a teacher, maybe I can come in over here and add a simple graphic that will tell people that I am a teacher. And I can put that on my business card so there is no guessing. Right? Who am I? What do I do? I am a teacher, right? And maybe I just wanted to add it into the background. And maybe that's too bright, so then I can lower the transparency. And so now there's no question that I am a teacher, right? So that could be my business card. You can create it for a restaurant. So come up here, go back to design, and type in, maybe you are the head chef of a restaurant, right? You can come over here, add in your design. We're going to add a new page, right? Maybe you do serve fish and chips, but maybe you serve steak instead, right? You can come over here, type in steak. Ooh, now I'm getting hungry. Come over here, add a graphic. And I'm rotating it, right? Putting it into the background. Oh, look at that. Right, olive oil, so maybe we have some bread to go along with it. Ooh, there you go. Side note, the olive oil with all the spices and the garlic and whatnot at those Italian restaurants. Chef's kiss. I can add the pitchfork and I can make it a little bigger because that is a giant steak, right? Maybe not 1990, I can change it to 2015, right? Maybe here, it'll save the font, so I can just type in Lagana now, it'll save the heading so that now it's still curved, right? That knife is looking a little smooth, right? Let's try to flip it and we'll make it even bigger. So now I got all the utensils going, right? So now when you zoom out, this is what you have. So when you zoom out, you can see exactly what this is going to look like. And you zoom in and you can change every little detail that you want, which is the exact beauty of Canva. And what that radish doing here. But I do like jalapeno, so we'll keep this in here. We'll keep the chili in here. And there you have it. There's your business card. The sixth reason why I like to use Canva, event invites that you can make. So I'm in the middle of getting married, and so I have presentations that I can create, like save the dates and the wedding invites themselves. So what I can do is I can come over here and type in wedding. And I can make all of this wedding story. We don't want that. We want a wedding we want a wedding postcard. So I'm going to click on wedding postcard. I can come over here, and these are it's like, maybe I like the fall. We are getting married in the fall, so we're going to add this. Okay. So I can change the RSVP. I can say instead of September 25th, we're getting married in May. Right? Maybe instead of names, I can say name and +1, right? Maybe instead of saying can't wait, can't make it, and no attending, maybe I want to get rid of the no attending and get rid of the can't wait because you guys are all coming. And that's my only option. Maybe, I know for our wedding, maybe instead of having them being able to pick their own songs, maybe I'm going to delete this so that they cannot pick their own songs, right? Maybe instead of a circle, I'd rather make it a square, right? So I can come over here, add an element, add a square. And I can come over here and add a graphic, make it super tiny, right? And do it that way. So now we have the border, right? And they can check it off, or they don't have to check it off, right? Maybe I can change these leaves. There's too many of them. Let's get rid of some of them. There you go. Or maybe I want to create some greenery on the top. So I'll rotate it, put it around here, but it's the wrong way, so I can flip it. Rotate it again. Right? Put it in the back, put it like this, put it behind everything else. Change the transparency so that it matches everything, and there you go. Maybe because it's a fall wedding, I want to add more trees, or more trees in the fall. And make it in the background, and I can change the transparency again so you can only see part of it. Right? Maybe make it like that so then it's just the background. You can make it so that maybe you're getting married in the winter, and instead of having everything fall, you can change it to have a winter setting. So you can type in winter marriage, and you can pick for any one of these. Winter wedding. You might have to change the thing a little bit, the key phrase, but type in here, add a new page, and now we have save the date, and now it's in March. But instead of maybe the flowers, you don't like the flowers. You'd rather have snowflakes. You come in here and you can change the snowflake, and now it's in the background, right? Maybe you want it to actually snow. So you come up here, you can make some snow however you want it, right? Maybe you want to make them a little bit darker so that you can actually see it, right? Make it aesthetic instead of accurate, but you can make it blue. And then your save the date is on the bottom. You can't get to it. You just type in position and layers, and now you can move everything up to the front. So now you'll be able to see everything. And voila, there you have it. They have pre-made designs. You can go in and change it so that you can make your own design. Sometimes you can even change the way the palette looks and change all the colors while keeping the design exactly the same. I like that look. So there's no end to the possibilities that you can create with Canva for wedding invites. It's really just up to you. The last thing, and the thing that I'm going to be using the most from now on, because I didn't even know that Canva had it before looking and researching more into this, is their lesson plans. So they have full-on lesson plans that you can use starting from scratch. So I already have one open that I kind of already started that I really like. So I chose a weekly lesson plan because I'm not a fan of the monthly ones. If I get through a Wednesday lesson plan, that's a great week for me. So I can choose and I can come in here and add text to each box to make sure that each one is different. This will layer it very nicely. I can change the background. I can change the day. Maybe instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, for Thursday, Friday here, maybe I have the subjects here and I have 5 boxes instead. I do like this template because it has objectives and activities and assessment. But I can choose this, or maybe I want to come up here and instead of having this, I can choose something with a little more detail, or maybe I just teach math, right? And instead of having all this, right, I only have to have math, so I can come up here and search math lesson plans, right? Come up here, and I can come over here, choose this one, right? And now I have my focuses for my lesson. So week 1, I'm going to teach addition up to 10. On week 2, I can teach subtraction. Maybe week 3, I can teach regrouping, right? So this is a general lesson plan, but maybe I need a more specific one. So I can come over here and change it so that now I have language arts and everything else. Maybe I'm a high school teacher, so this would work perfectly, where I have to teach everything at once. Or maybe this is just, I'm designing it to make a schedule for my students. So maybe I can create a mock schedule of my students' day, type in class schedule, and now I can create a schedule for each of my students. Or maybe they know how to use Canva and they can create it themselves. So the reason I love teaching my students Canva is because I don't have to do some of the work now. They are creative enough that they can make it themselves. 5th grade student that is learning about how to multiply 4-digit by 1-digit numbers. The learning objective is that they're going to create an area model in order to show that. The materials is that they need a graphic organizer and an area model. The activities that they're going to use for this is the graphic organizer. And maybe they have a multiplication chart if they still need it. The assessment, which is spelled wrong. Maybe their assessment is that they are going to hand in their finished equation, or maybe they're going to make their own, right? So you can pick from any one of these. Now that they're showing comic books, because that's exactly what we're doing because of the background, right? But you can pick from any one of these and make it your own. The beauty about these templates, along with every other template I've shown you, is that they are completely customizable. This would work for some of my students because they do love space. This is very similar to something that I have myself as a physical lesson planner. It's just colored in, but this is basically the same design, right? So I love this type of thing. You can make it your own and make it yourself just by using these templates. And because of that, I will recommend Canva until the end of time. For teaching, for business, for personal use, for any creative endeavor that you have, Canva is the perfect tool. If you found this video useful, let me know the number one thing that you learned today. Also, let me know what you'd like me to cover next. And other than that, I'll see you next time.